All right, so now we need to create, we need to make it so that the user, when the user creates an event, the user will go back to the events page, and now the user should be able to see the event over here. So how are we gonna do this? So let's add in a list view to this page, for example. So I'm gonna look for list view, just drag the list view here, and let's expand this list view. So here in the properties, you can expand it from, so select the list view, and here in the properties under expansion, just expand the list view like this. And now the child of the list view, we want it to be maybe a container. And inside the container, we want to see the name, the address. We want to see the time, right? We want to see also the number of users that are going to attend the event. So let's add in a container as a child. Let's select the column. Okay, let's select the main column and let's give it 16 pixels of padding to the column on all sides. So we have it with a little bit of padding. Now select the container and let's give it some border radius, maybe of 8. I'm doing everything from the properties panel, okay? So border radius of 8. And now I'm gonna change the color of this container. So let me just see that here I have a color, for example, and I can just copy it. I'm gonna paste it here in the background color. So the color is AEE9E9E9, okay? And I apply the color to the whole background. So if you want to undo something that you did, just hit Control Z or Command Z on the keyboard. Okay, select the container. I'm gonna add the color to the container. Okay, so like this. Okay, because I don't want the background to have that color. I only want the container to have the color. And now I'm gonna just drag in a column maybe inside the container. I'm gonna add in a row, and if we want to see things better, we can always zoom in to see things better. So we have a column, we have a row. Let's add in a text inside this row. I'm just gonna select this row and duplicate it, hitting Control D on the keyboard. Okay, so I can duplicate it like this. So this text it could be maybe the name of the event, right? This text over here could be maybe the time, day and time, right? Day and time, like this. And here maybe we will have the address like this. So one thing that I can do, I want to have the address, I want to have an icon of the location right here. So I'm going to select this text, I'm going to right click and wrap widget. So if you click this wrap widget option, you can wrap this widget, and I want to wrap it inside a row. So now this address is inside a row, and that row is inside this row over here. So if I want to select the row that containing the address, what happens is that if I select the address, I'm selecting the text. So I can just select here where it says text, and I can select the row, so the more immediate row that is the parent of this text, okay? And now in the floating here, I'm gonna look for the icon, and I'm just gonna drag the icon to this row. And now we have the address and the icon inside a row, and that row is inside this row over here. All right. So see that this is a very good way of working here, and it's more visual than working on the left with all the widget trees here on the left. You can do it over here also on the left, but it's easier. I think it's more intuitive to do it this way. Once you learn how to work this way, I think it's more intuitive to work this way. All right, so now let's just select this text. Let's select the more immediate row. So the row containing the icon and the text, and we're gonna hit Control D. So we duplicate it. Now let's select the row containing these two rows, and we're going to, in the properties panel, go to the main axis alignment, and let's set the space between these children, okay? So this row is over here, and this row is over here containing these two items, okay? Okay, so now we just need to set maybe some padding for the rows, and then also set the sizes for all the text and the icons, okay? So let's do things one step at a time. So to set the padding onto the rows, we can go row by row, setting the padding, or we could just select all the rows. So how do we select all the rows? You select one, and then you hold Shift on the keyboard, and you select all the rows like that. And once you have all of them selected, here in the properties, you can set the padding. So I'm gonna set the padding on all sides to 4 for the rows like that. And now I want the last row, this one I want to have a padding on 2 on the top. So I'm gonna uncheck, I'm gonna deselect this icon, I'm gonna click on this icon, so I can just change the padding on the top to 2 pixels. Okay, and now I'm gonna just change the sizes. So for the name, I'm gonna change the size to 22. And for the day and time, I'm gonna change the size to 18. This is just by playing around with this, you get to you get to choose which sizes you want for each of the text and the icons. Okay, and this icon we're gonna choose the size of 20. So this icon is gonna have a size of 20. The address here is gonna have a size of 12, like that. And then this icon over here is gonna have a size of 22. And then the text is gonna have a size of 18. All right, and this text is gonna be a number. So let's change the text over here to a 0, for example, and let's make it medium and the font weight medium. Okay, I'm gonna change the font weight to medium. And let's change these icons over here. So this first icon is going to be a location icon. So let's change the icon to location. Location. Okay. And let's change this icon to a user icon. So user icon, like that. Okay, perfect. So now the only thing that we need to do is that we need to give this list view information about the documents that we have in the events list. How do we do this? We do this with a query, okay? So we select the list view and we go here to the query properties, to the backend query, okay? So we're gonna add a backend query to this list view, and it's gonna be of type query collection. It's gonna be of type events, and we're gonna order this query. Okay, we're gonna get the list of documents, but we're gonna order them. So order by, and we're gonna order them by day, for example. Let's order them by day, and we're gonna do it in an increasing way. This means that the events are gonna appear here in such a way that the event that is closer, that has the day closer to the current time, is gonna appear at the top. So, for example, if today is 15th of August, and the event is going to be the 16th of August, and then we have other events that are going to be held maybe the 20th of August, then the one that's going to be the 16th of August is going to be at the top, and the other ones are going to be at the bottom. Okay, so when I order them by day, we could also order them by time, but for now we're just going to order them by day. Okay, just click on confirm. Okay, and now we can see that we have the list view generating all of the children according to the documents. Right now we only have one document, so we will only have one child. Okay, and the thing with the list view, we can do the same thing that we did with the column. We can add in some spacing between the items. So with the list view selected, we're gonna go to the properties and we're gonna set this item spacing to 8, like that. And this should work fine. Now let's just go ahead and add in the values for the name and everything. Okay, so let's select the text, and for this we're going to go to the properties, select the orange icon, and now we have access to the events document. And now we are going to set it to name. So for the name, we're going to set it to name. For the day and time, we're going to set it to combined text. Why a combined text? Because this text is going to access the day and the time. So we need a combined text. So combined text, choose combined text. And now for the first text, we want to access the events document day. And let's format the day. So datetime format, select the datetime format option and here we have all of the options. So we want the day to appear like this, Saturday, August, and the number. And the default value is going to be day. So this is just a default value that we're giving it in case the user doesn't select anything as a day. Okay. Confirm. Now let's add in another text. And this text is just going to be a comma and a space to separate these two texts. And we need to add another text. And this other text is going to be the time. Okay. So we're going to access the events document time. And also let's format it. So available options, datetime format, and now datetime format options. And we're going to choose this formatting. Okay. So with the PM and AM. And for the default, it's going to be time. And now for the default value of this combined text is going to be day, and time, like this. Okay, perfect. So we have this done. Now for the address, it's going to be very simple. Just select the events document address. And for the text, let's choose the events document attendees. This attendees is the list of references. What do we want to get? We want to get the number of items of this list, okay? The number of items of this list is gonna be equal to the number of users going to the event. So available options, number of items. So the number of items of the attendees list, we want that to be our number, and the default value is gonna be 0. Okay, so we have this done. Now this should work. Let me zoom out a little bit, and let's go and try this out. So our session has expired. Let's create a new session. This will open a new session in a new window. Let's close the previous window and let's wait a little bit. All right, so now we can see that we can see actually the event that we have here, soccer game. We can see the time, the day, the time. We can see the location. That's perfect. We can create another event and see if this works. So I'm gonna create maybe a house party. It's gonna be in the countryside. I'm just making things up. Let's do this the 23rd. And for the time, it's gonna be 7 p.m. maybe, like this. Okay, so now let's click create event. And now we can see that we have the house party here at 7 p.m. Okay, this is perfect. This is working very, very good. Now let's just, let's leave it here for this video and I'll see you in the next video.